Hello again. On November the 15th, the Supreme Court in this country ruled that the idea of sending illegal immigrants to Africa, if they wished to apply for asylum here, was unlawful. There were two swift reactions to this ruling, and both came from illegal immigrants on the very same day, that is to say, the day after that ruling by the Supreme Court. The court delivered its verdict on Wednesday. And the following day, Thursday, the 16th of November, two things happened. The first was, of course, that 7 boats arrived here across the Channel, carrying a total of 356 illegal immigrants. This was hardly unexpected, of course. That's another 356 people we will have to find homes for, pay benefits to, and allow access to our National Health Service. The weather at sea may be atrocious, but once word got out that there was not the least chance of their being chucked out of the country, more of these types set sail. Why wouldn't they? This was the first consequence of discovering that there is no question of sending anybody to Africa while their claims for asylum are processed. Those already in this country also felt emboldened, and the day after that decision was handed down from the Supreme Court, a bunch of illegal immigrants housed in a former RAF base in Essex decided that it was a good time to cut up rough and see if they could force the authorities to move them somehow. Move them somewhere more to their liking, presumably to Dorchester or somewhere. They are currently housed at Wethersfield, an air base used formerly by both the RAF and the American Air Force. The barracks there are not apparently up to scratch, and it is a 2-mile walk to the nearest village, which is too far for these young men to consider going. It seems too that the internet access is not up to scratch, and they want to be moved somewhere with a better selection of shops and leisure facilities. It is apparently too out of the way for them being stuck like that in the middle of the Essex countryside. Let's pause for a moment, and instead of thinking about the facilities which may not be as plentiful as those in a leisure centre in London or perhaps in a holiday camp, we might remind ourselves that these men are here because they claim that they were in danger of persecution or death. This is the whole basis for their being in our country. They have come here to claim asylum, which means shelter or safety. They are, in theory at least, asylum seekers. Well, nobody could deny that in the Essex countryside, a few miles from Chelmsford, those 46 men are now safe. They're free from danger. Nobody is persecuting them or trying to harm or kill them. They have found the asylum they sought. They complain that the place is like a prison, but they're not locked up there. They can come and go as they please. Anything less like a prison, it would be hard to imagine. Allow me to quote from the government report detailing the facilities in this place, to which of course I give a link in the description to this video. The site has on-site primary health care delivered by a local healthcare provider Monday to Friday. This is run by healthcare professionals, a doctor and nurses, who offer systematic health assessments and are able to prescribe medication. A doctor and a couple of nurses for just 46 people. Does anybody watching this find it hard to get to see a doctor? Or indeed, even speak to one on the telephone these days? Yes, I thought so. I can't remember when I was last able to speak to a doctor without an enormous amount of fuss. Imagine living somewhere where you could just pop in and see the doctor whenever you felt like it. One doctor for 46 men. They have 3 cooked meals a day and a recreation area with a lot of equipment, you know, the sort of thing, weights and so on. Television, library and so on. Best of all, as I say, they are safe. They have found asylum. The truth is, of course, these people were safe all along. It wasn't really asylum which they were after at all. but improved opportunities to earn a salary and live comfortably. Safety never had anything to do with it. These are just two of the results of that Supreme Court ruling, and I shall be describing some others in a subsequent video.